it's you, got your eyes, got your trippy on them private jets, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today, make me wonder who you might have been.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I go from this hot mess, per usual, to a super cute, fluffy, flexi rod style on blow-dried hair. Of course, I recommend you obviously do this style on blow-dried hair, but although my hair is blow-dried, it's been in this ponytail for a full week. I would say about 5 days, not a full week, but it's been about 4 to 5 days that I've had it in this bun. So it is a little bit dry. I do start off by putting some leave-in conditioner in per usual. And I also use my alll, clove, rosemary oil to condition my scalp. This was my first time trying flexi rods on my hair, so I really had no idea as to how big I needed to make my parts. I kind of just was winging it. Depending on your hair type, your hair density, and your hair porosity, you may kind of want to modify some of these steps. If you have more dense hair, you want to do smaller parts. If you have lower density hair, you may be able to do larger parts because it means you have less strands to fit into each section. I use these flexi rods, the gray and the orange ones. For me, it was better that I used the longer. So when you purchase them, they have the short length and then they have the longer ones. I don't know how many inches they are, but for me, the longer ones was better because my hair is a little bit more lengthy. But if you have short hair, you could use the shorter ones. I use this Design Essential Almond and Avocado Mousse, a Denman brush, and a Growth Sheen Spray by Olive Miracle. Finally, a wide tooth comb. So of course I start in the back, but as mentioned before, I was not sure how big, how large, or how small I wanted my sections. I have about medium density hair. My hair is not, it's full and thick, but I don't have a whole lot of strands. I just have really porous strands, so it gives my hair the illusion to be really full. But when I pull it back in a ponytail, there's not a whole lot of the hair there. So I have about medium. So I'm sorry, due to this light, you can't really see the front of the mousse, but it's Design Essential Almond and Avocado Mousse. I go ahead to do 2 pumps of mousse. Not sure if it was enough in the moment, but I can tell you right now, I would say if your sections are as big as mine, 3 pumps would be better. Also, notice how I go straight in with the rod. Definitely use the Denman brush to brush through that product, to brush through the mousse more evenly, because I think that me moving too fast, that just was a step that I skipped here. But notice how I tried to leave a little bit of space in between each spiral of hair so that they weren't like overlapping or sitting on top of each other, and to also kind of create a stretching effect of the curls. Again, I go in with about 2 pumps of mousse. That was actually like a pump and a half. I should have just done like 2 pumps or 2.5 pumps, because once this did dry, it was a little bit frizzy, or it wasn't as defined. This time I did go in with the Denman brush to brush everything through. But notice how my ends, you can see clearly my ends are not really wet. Like, you know, they aren't as covered with the mousse as they could have been. While my fear was to put too much mousse and then my hair wouldn't dry, which was why I tried to keep it light, you also want to make sure you cover your strands enough and make sure the hair is distributed evenly enough so that it can be nice and defined in the end. So you may have to go through some trial and error, and I guess kind of play around with it to see how much mousse you need for your hair. To make sectioning a little bit easier, I go ahead and I section off the front of my hair, creating that arch. just behind my ear, going all the way over to the back of my other ear. I go ahead and get that section of hair out of the way. And don't mind me, y'all. I'm jamming. I'm playing some music and I'm definitely like in my feelings with this song. I ended up finding a really crazy knot in this section, so I had to get my shears on deck. And I just cut that knot right out. Make sure you have a pair. All right, can y'all tell what song I'm singing? I don't know what in the heck type of faces I'm making, but if you know what song that is that's on, let me know in the comment section. You gonna have bragging rights for the best lip reader in town on YouTube town. Because yeah, I don't know what I was doing. All right, so yeah. So same process. I'm using the Design Essentials almond and avocado mousse. This time I use 2 squirts or 2 pumps in each section. I'm raking through with my finger, and then I should go in with my Denman brush to make sure I transfer or distribute that product throughout my hair more evenly. Notice how it seems that I use a little bit more product, and using the brush really does help move that mousse throughout my hair. So this section actually is going to come out really well. Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because there are a few things that I needed to do at the end of this process to make sure that this style came out exactly the way I wanted it to. Notice how my spirals have space in between. Don't forget, you're not overlapping the hair on the rod. You are leaving a little bit of space in between each spiral so that your hair, one, has a little bit of stretch, but also because you want it to be able to dry. And if each strand is too close to each other on the rod, it's going to take longer to dry. All right, so I'm going to continue this process throughout the entirety of my head, and I will come back when I have reached my last few sections.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to one stranger. Fame's been waiting. Just as I recall that ass is still amazing. Playing baby, saying baby, love it shit, you know I'm crazy. So go ahead and pour a drink up. I'm so glad we got to link up. Yeah, into taking that off of me. Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't make me wait, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. 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 I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night. I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night. Pick up the phone, show me it was real. Pick up the phone, show me it was real. Pick up the phone, show me it was real. Pick up the phone. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, where the fuck should I really even start? I got hoes that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my niggas cross the street living large. Thinking back to the fact that they dead, thought my raps wasn't facts, so they sat with the bars. I got 2 phones, one need a charge. Yeah, they twins, I could tell they ass apart. I got big packs coming on the way. I got big stacks coming out to save. I got Lil Max with me, he the wave. It's a big gap between us in the game. In the next life, I'm trying to stay paid.
So check out how now that I'm at the top of my head, my fingers are kind of covered in mousse. And so you'll see the difference in how the top of my hair came out versus the back, when at the top I used more mousse and in the back I used less mousse. And so you'll see that I really did have to figure out the balance, where I had not too much mousse, but I had enough mousse. And so that just took some time. Okay, woo! Now I'm finally done. What a relief. My head is full of flexi rods. And it is time now to heat my flexi rods and get them nice and dry. I'm sitting under this head dryer. I don't know what this is called, but they have them in the hair store. It's just a head part, and of course you attach the tube part to a blow dryer, and yeah. So I'm sitting under this for about 1 hour. Find your favorite show, turn on some music, read a book, because you just need to get comfortable under this dryer. You don't want to take the risk of your hair not being fully dried, because you will have frizz if your hair is not fully dry. So I sat under this dryer for about an hour with the heat setting on about medium and low. I went to sleep on this, and y'all, this is how I woke up. Peace. Good morning. Yeah, we're here. I put my son's do-rag on because I could not find my scarf the night before, and my bonnets were way too small to fit over top of these rides. I'm over it. Can you tell? I don't feel like this. I'm just tired. But anyway, it's time to go. This is my rosemary, amla, and clove oil. Don't forget to check out that video once you're done watching this. It'll be in the description section or at the top of the screen. but I put that on my fingers just to make sure that my fingers are going in on these twists with some moisture and not super dry. I'm feeling these curls because I'm like, oh freaking no, my hair is not 100% dry. Yeah, it's like 90% dry, maybe 94, 95. It's mostly dry, but I can still feel a little bit of dampness. It feels like my hair dried and then I took a shower and then it got a little bit moist from the humidity in the air. And I know that these needed to be fully dry. So I let it dry some more and then I took some rods out. And then before I opened up my curls, I put the hooded dryer over top of the curls again, just like this. I put the rod dryer over top of the curls just so that they dried in place without the rods as well. And I think we're pretty much dry here. And I was pretty pleased. So I just kept them pushing. And this is me taking out my final rods. I don't know if you can tell here. I know I definitely can. There is a big difference in the definition of the back curls and the front curls. The front is way more defined. The back, not as much. So depending on the look that you're going for, yeah, that is going to determine how much mousse you use. I will say that it all ended up fluffing out and just getting really big over the next few days. But if you're someone who really likes a lot of definition early on, I would say use more mousse. If you're someone who wants more fluffy, use less mousse. So I just opened up each section with my hand, using my finger to also spiral the curls back in. But I'm going to go in with the wide tooth comb now just to give it a little bit more body at the roots. I'm not doing the ends of my hair. I'm just going inside of the roots to kind of open it up to give it a little bit more body. And I'm going to go in the bathroom, look in the better mirror, and I'm right back. All I did was go through with the wide tooth comb just to fluff it out some. And notice that one side isn't as tightly curled at the base as the other side. So be mindful of that when you're putting your rods in. Make sure that you're doing the same thing to both sides in each section. Alright, so this is the final look of this flexi rod on stretched or blow-dried hair. I hope you like this video. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I post a video like this. I added some clips of 5-day hair. This is my hair about 5 days later and then about 6 days later. Still super cute, but definitely more blown out. Yeah. See y'all next time. Bye.